Welcome back to Men's Basketball Media Day. Not too busy behind us. They're setting up the court for some activities later. Joined now by 6'6" junior guard Brock Zylstra. If you have questions for Brock, post them to facebook.com/BYUtv Sports. First thing, you had a baby just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience.
Friday. It was actually really unexpected. You know, we went in for a checkup on Wednesday, and she had a little bit of high blood pressure, but we went in Friday because she wasn't feeling well, and then it all fell into place. We're supposed to have it at the end of this month, and so it was about 3 weeks early, but everybody's healthy, everybody's good, and it was a great experience to have another one in our family.
Give us the name and stats on the baby.
Sophia Grace Zylstra, 5 pounds 11 ounces and 19 inches. So
Okay.
a little peanut, but
Okay. Point guard.
point guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. You're a junior now, and your story is good because you came here as a non-scholarship player and earned a scholarship. Walk us through sort of the timeline of getting to this point.
Yeah, I came as a freshman. They invited me as a preferred walk-on because I think there were only 2 scholarships at the time when I was recruited, and it was hard. I mean, it was a hard decision. I had other offers from different schools, but I always felt like I wanted to go to BYU, and my brother and my sister were here already, and that was kind of a comfortable feeling for me. And so the first year I redshirted, didn't have a scholarship, and they told me that if I continued to work hard, if I continued to do what I had been doing, that I would earn a scholarship. And so I came back, and I think it was maybe a half a year or a year and a half after that I got the scholarship, and it was one of the greatest feelings, even though it sounds kind of small, but it was cool. That's something I've always wanted to accomplish, to be a scholarship, D1 scholarship basketball player, and it happened, and it was a cool experience. And then now I have two more years left, so I'm excited.
Absolutely. And some of those schools that I read that you were recruited by, Yale, Harvard, Dartmouth?
Yeah.
What kind of grades did you get out of high school?
Good grades. I mean, I don't know.
What GPA are we talking?
It was a 4.0.
Nice.
Yeah, but I don't know if I would have made it to those schools if I didn't have basketball. But I mean, it was something that my parents always taught me, was to work hard in school and everything you do, and so school was one of those. And I was able to get good grades and good test scores in high school, so
What's your current, not lucky, no, you worked hard, dude. Current GPA cumulative right now, BYU?
I don't even know, probably a little bit over 3.0. It's not as good as I was in high school.
3.0?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough. That's good. You went to New Zealand on your mission. Did you learn the haka?
I actually did.
You want to demonstrate? No, I'm just
I'll do it right now. Yeah, they have, and I didn't know this before, but I knew there was a haka that the All Blacks, the New Zealand rugby team, did, but there are like hundreds and hundreds of hakas. And so I learned, I think, one of the many, but we used to always do it when either a missionary would be leaving or somebody in the ward would be leaving. It was kind of just an emotional thing that would happen. If you've seen any rugby games, it's intimidating. But I think in those instances where people are either leaving on a mission or coming home, it's really an emotional and touching thing as well. So it's something really cool.
I've seen them done at funerals as well for people, so yeah, that's a really intense thing. Did you walk the path to Mordor as well in New Zealand?
No, I didn't. I went to Hobbiton because most of the movie was filmed in the South Island. So there's some things in the North Island where I was, but I think the road to Mordor was in the South Island.
Awesome. I had to get that nerdy question in there. So the first few years at BYU, your role has been mostly off the bench, sort of biding your time. But it seems like this year you're going to have a new role, possibly at point guard. I guess tell us how things have maybe changed for you.
Yeah, I think the last few years I've been playing behind Jackson, and so I mean he's an amazing player, and he played just about 40 minutes every game, and so it was hard for me to get some time. But when we went to Greece this past August, I think it was August. It seems like forever ago, but it was August. The last game against the Italian national team, I was put in at point guard, and I played about 35, 36 minutes at the point guard. So it was something that it was very new to me, but it was something that I enjoyed. I think as long as the team is, our team's ready to run, ready to play fast, and so it's easier on the point guard just to throw the ball up and to get to the wings. And so had some success, and I guess it's an option, and it is a pretty strong option for me to play in the season. 26
points against Italy. There's some NBA guys on that team. You went off. What happened then?
That was the game where I was playing the point. I don't know. It's all, I think every game that trip it was somebody. Charles had, I think one game was 17 rebounds, something like that. Everybody had a game that they did something well, I guess against Italy, I just had a big game. Shots were falling. I was able to make plays off having the balls in my hand at the point guard, and it was just a fun thing to do, and it was very new, like I said before, but it was a cool experience.
What was that first game and first practice like without Jimmer and Jackson?
It's different. I think every year too that it's going to be different when you lose any senior, but especially when you lose Jimmer and Jackson, and also Logan, who were great captains, great leaders. And so you kind of find new leaders, you find new guys that'll step up in different roles, and so it was definitely different because you're used to looking to Jackson as a vocal leader, looking to Jimmer as kind of the leader by example. So it was different, but guys have stepped up, and guys have I got put in their spots as the leaders of this team.
So could you play point guard to start the year for BYU?
Yeah, I could.
You're in the mix there?
Yeah, I mean, we have very good players, very good point guards, but I think I'm in the mix there, and I'm ready to do whatever coach wants me to do.
So you're comfortable as a point guard, which is totally new, like you mentioned?
Yeah, as of now, as we've been playing, I guess, full court drills and things like that, it's hard because it's, like I said, it's just new. It's just something that instead of catching the ball, you're trying to bring it up against the defender, and you're doing, the plays are totally reversed for you, and so it's something that I've had to spend a lot of time with the coaches and a lot of time with, when Jimmer's around, I ask him about it. I ask Lamont, Morgan, about just things that I always want to learn. I always want to, I guess, increase my skills, and so I find people that are good or have done well in the positions that I am now, and I ask them, and so it's new, but I like it, and I'm having a good time with it.
We're with Brock Zylstra, the BYU men's basketball team. Post your questions for him on Facebook.com/BYUtv Sports. Let's get to a couple of those. Travis Adamson has a pair of questions. First, he says, who's the funniest player on the team?
It's a dry humor, a very dry humor, but it's Noah. He says things that are like, you would think that it's a 5-year-old would come up with this joke, but it's coming from Noah, and it's hilarious. He's funny. And you got Charles, who just imitates people all the time, and he's funny that way too. But
we got a taste with Ronnie Ron and Roscoe a couple years ago.
Of course, yeah. But I would say Noah. It's a weird humor, but it's a funny humor.
Who's the quietest?
Quietest, I would say Josh Sharp. I think maybe it's just because he's off his mission. I didn't know him before, so I didn't know if he was.
He's the new guy. He's sort of got to be quiet, right?
And then he came from Utah, and so it's just, I think he's in a new situation. But I mean, he doesn't have any problems with anybody. Everybody's fine with him, but he's just more on the quiet side.
Travis has several questions. We'll just keep going. Does anyone throw up in the locker room before games?
No, maybe before San Diego State last year at San Diego State. I think Charles might have. But no, I think everybody gets the butterflies. Everybody gets nervous, but we don't have any guys that throw up very much on the team.
Okay, and that's maybe in reference to J.J. Luigi on the BYU football team. He throws up before every game.
Oh, really?
That's how he gets it out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. More from Travis Adamson. We know you're going to play point guard this year, at least to start the season. Can you confirm that? Okay, so we answered that one. Travis, exploding here. For the past couple of seasons, you've been the most animated, excited bench guy. You've waved the towel with excitement. Now that your playing time is going to increase, who do you see filling your old role?
My old role.
Who's going to be the guy on the end of the bench? That's a tough one.
I think it was me and Logan last year. I think it's just when you have a team that is actually a team that are pulling for everybody, you're always going to have players. Whether it's someone who starts and is sitting on the bench for a little bit of time, it's all of us. We're all excited when somebody makes a good play. So I can't pinpoint one person. But
Nor do you want to call out that guy. Who wants to be that guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's a fun thing. It's a way to stay in the game when maybe you're not in the game. And so, all of us, I think, would be happy for anybody to make a good play or maybe a good dunk, whatever it would be.
If there's a spot for me, I'd love that role, by the way.
Yeah, you can get there.
Okay, Let's talk to Coach after this. Stuart Call says, over in Greece, you led the team in scoring by averaging 17 points per game. Can we expect more of the same during the season, and do you think you can step in and take on that primary scoring role?
I think with our team, what's good about our team is last year, obviously, Jimmer was carrying the scoring load, big time. But I think our team, one of our strengths this year is that it's multiple guys that can score on any given night, which makes it hard for the other team. That you can't focus on maybe one guy at the end of the game who's going to take the game-winning shot. We have Steven who can score, Charles can score, Brandon can score, Noah can score, I can score, everybody and anybody can score. So I think it's something that teams are going to have a hard time game planning for us because all of us can shoot, all of us can play, and I'm not saying last year that none of us could, but Jimmer just had that role as a scorer, and so
the scorer.
Yeah, and so I think it's anybody. I think any given night someone can score 20 points, or in the next game they might have 10. But it just depends on the plays that are happening and them just taking the opportunity that they have during the game.
This is Brock Zylstra from the BYU men's basketball team. If you have a question for him, like Travis Adamson did, he had about 8. You can post it on Facebook.com/BYUtv Sports. With this new team and the West Coast Conference, this roster actually, it seems front court, heavy in terms of experience. You have Noah Hartsock, Brandon Davies, Chris Collinsworth, assuming that Chris can get back after surgery. How much does the offensive philosophy of the team depend on personnel, or will it still be run and gun with those guards?
It's still a run and gun. I think it's the kind of the characteristic of as Coach Rose's teams is that we all run, even the bigs. He recruits big men that can run, like Brandon and Noah. They can both run. They can get out on the floor, and so we're still gonna push the ball like we always do, but we always depend on our bigs being able to get down the floor faster than the other bigs, and so it's something that we'll always do. We'll always recruit big men here, but it's also, you think about Brandon, who's a great scorer, and Noah was a great scorer. So I think more now we're going to try and get it in the post and then run our guards off of the post. But they're great players, and so I think it's going to be more focused on them getting the ball down low and making plays for the other guards and the other players on the team.
How exciting was it when Brandon came back to the team? Because that's just a huge addition for this team.
I mean, he is a big part. And if we would have lost anybody, we'd want them all back. We want somebody to come back. And so when we heard he was coming back, I think it was right when we got back from Greece or when we were in Greece. It's just a great thing for our team to have somebody with the experience and with the talent that he has. And we think of each other as brothers, as a family. Coach Rose always talks about that, and so it was great when we got that news that he was coming back. And he is a big part of our team, a big key to our success. So it was good to have him back.
Okay, final question. Ralph Olmo in Virginia. Is Chris Collinsworth 100%?
As of now, I don't think. Oh, he looks good. I mean, I don't know if he is 100% or not. I think he's still trying to get his stamina up, his being able to run up down the floor, but he looks great. I mean, he put on a lot of muscle over the off season, and he's been working hard to get back, and he looks good now. He's still a rebounding machine like always, and he's always going to give 100% every time he's on the floor.
Okay, if he's not 100%, he'll give 100%.
Of course.
110%.
Yeah.
Okay, Brock Zylstra, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next up, Noah Hartsock on our Men's Basketball Media Day webcasts. If you have a question for Noah, post it on Facebook.com/BYUtv Sports. We'll be back in a moment.